Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is David from Chicago, if you remember him. About just over a year ago in November 21 we did a series where we followed him building his backyard bar, and then we did various updates and what have you. I'll show them later on. And the other week he sold the bar after 1 year, and this is his story. A lot of you have asked about it. This is his story. Hi guys, this is David from Backyard Bar. If you remember, about a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We did some videos where we did the construction, followed the construction of the Backyard Bar.
For sure.
Until its completion, which was about January, was it? January,
yes,
February.
We finished in January.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And since then, you've had 1 full year.
Yeah, just
And then you've
2 weeks shy
decided-
of 1 year being open fully.
Yeah.
So
And you've just decided to sell it,
yes,
which you have already done
yes. The bar is sold.
at a very good profit.
yes. The bar is sold. The new owners took over on the 15th of this month. So
Yeah. So tell me, what was the experience like, and why did you decide to sell it and everything? Explain your thinking throughout the whole year.
Overall, first off, thank you to every customer that ever came in, especially all of your subscribers. I mean, luckily the bar, as much, probably a lot of you aren't going to believe it, but the bar never had a bad month. We were profitable every single month the bar was open. Overall, the experience was awesome. The selling, I didn't know when, obviously when it was going to happen. If you asked me in July, I would have said absolutely not. In July I was going back to America to get my work visa and work permit, which is not the cheapest thing to do. So even if you asked me probably in September if I was going to sell, I probably would have said no. But October came, and then in October some things like happened simultaneously. My daughter, she started getting a little older.
Yes.
Started to walk.
Yes.
And things like that. I like to drink and party, but I'm not like one that goes like hard every day, every night, Mm-hmm. But I did take 6 weeks off of 0 alcohol, and that really like cleared up a lot of things. You're able to see a much clearer picture of what was happening. And I thought at that point, I started thinking, I said, is it time, to attempt to sell? Because I didn't want to, I wanted to make sure I could, make some money off of it if I was going to sell. Mm-hmm. And there was one big prediction not prediction, but one thing I did get wrong with this industry, and that was the ladies coming back.
Yes, well, everyone got that wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone assumed that as soon as high season came, all the ladies would come back.
Yes.
And it just didn't happen.
Right. Yeah, it started like, the beginning of the year. We were, the lady bars just reopened, they're going to start coming back.
Yes.
And then summer came, they're going to come back, they're going to come back for high season.
Yes.
And then high season was right around the corner. Yes. Which, was there really a high season this year? I don't know.
There wasn't.
Yeah.
Wasn't.
So and they weren't coming back, and I saw it. I was like, this is you're relying on them for your business, and it's not really that reliable, and they're not coming. And the way the go-go bars are paying the girls, they're going there, not the beer bars. So, I mean, and the beer bars really can't afford to pay what the go-go's do, because you have lady drink prices for way too much. Not way, just 200 baht or more. Yes. Beer prices way more, where the beer bars can't be charging that. So, when I saw all those things happening, I said, you know what? Maybe now is the time to attempt to sell.
Right.
So
was it profitable during the year? The year.
So I got super lucky, I will say that. For the slower months of the year, May, June, July, August, I had the best lineup I had throughout my year of being open, and everything was going great. Like I said, I went to America for 5 weeks. The bar was making great money while I was gone, but I had a really good lineup, and all the girls got along. Everything was running so smooth. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. What can happen, you know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times girls start fighting with each other, and then one leaves or they all leave. But eventually, yeah, they started getting boyfriends and sponsors, and they slowly started disappearing, and then none ever came back. But you know, being on YouTube was huge for me. So that really helped the bar stay pretty much afloat. So, you know, I was able to, I didn't really ever have like this high season, which I was in for a little bit. I really never got those highs. I pretty much stayed level the entire year, because even in the lower season, I had a better staff than what I had. But, you know, some of these guys, you know, making comments about like, oh, you're just gonna lose money. I mean, some bars for sure will, but the overhead on a lot of these bars is so low that it's not like too hard to make a profit or break even if you're doing things correctly. So
yeah, I mean, you for example, lady drinks. I remember you mentioning before about the cost of a lady drink is very, very, very low, isn't it?
Yeah,
to the bar,
right? Especially, I mean, my bar, which my bar, I was allowing girls to drink a beer if they wanted to drink a beer. So a beer is costing about 32 to 39 baht a beer.
Yes.
But you go to some of these go-go bars and they're taking like a small shot of tequila or a sangsum. That's costing them 15 baht to pour.
And they're selling it for 220 or more.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, the profits that they can make
they're
on
making
those
200 baht
right
on every drink.
Right.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of money to be made from the lady drinks. So even though a lot of that is being given back to the ladies, so like I am on
well, half of it, isn't it? Up to half. I mean, I remember at some of the bars on the go-go's on Walking Street, we're giving 60 and 80 baht back to the girls as a commission. Right. 80 was the highest I saw. So if they're making 200 baht, and they're giving 80 baht, the girl's happy, but they're making 120 baht on every drink.
Right. Yeah. For me, the way like I said, I managed to be profitable every month. My freelancers were probably some of the highest paid freelancers in Pattaya. I was paying them 100 baht out of that, out of the 150.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. And so, even if they wanted a beer still, they could have a beer. So if I had a freelancer drinking, I even let some freelancers drink San Miguel, and they would say, "Oh, David, you're crazy. San Miguel to me, 40 baht. I'm giving her 100 baht. I'm making 10 baht, but she's bringing in customers, which then once you start having customers in your bar, the people bring in people, and before you know it, you have a full bar,
Yes.
So, so one of my most profitable months was November, and in November, I only had 3 salary girls.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I sort of always understood that the way you make money in a bar is to have as many girls as you can. Is that the case or not?
I think when you're looking, if the person doesn't really have, is just looking at the big picture of like what were the total sales of the bar. I'm not going to say names, but I had this one potential buyer that is in the bar industry as a manager somewhere. And when I showed him my books and my numbers, he said, "Wow," he said, "my bar right now that I'm managing is doing double what you do." And I said, and this was in November's numbers. And I said, "How many ladies do you have working in your bar right now?" And he said, "I'm averaging 14 to 18. Yeah. I said, "Okay, well, I just did half of your sales with 3 girls." So I said, if you really are to break down all those numbers line by line, there's a chance that I still might be, at the end of the day, more profitable than that bar was that did double my sales.
Right.
So
right.
it really, if you can, because like I said, majority of the lady drink is going towards their salary until once they hit that like minimum of that break even between their salary, then you're going to make more. But you won't lose money on the ladies, but you can make more. But there's still a lot more money to be made, I think, just from selling normal drinks.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the subscribers listening now are considering or have considered at some time actually coming here and opening a bar.
Yeah.
Many of them have mentioned it in a comment about, I'd like to open a bar. Now, your experience, would you say to them, give it a try? You can make money. You've made money. You've doubled your money. I mean, you've made very good money.
Right. I would say, like, I have this one, I get asked all the time, I have people that would come into the bar. I have people that are now messaging me privately about, looking for information about it. I would say just be very careful, what I did the due diligence report on the owner. I made sure, the I's were dotted, T's were crossed. I used a lawyer for everything. Even though at the end of the day, I could have saved a little money here or there, cutting some corners. I didn't cut corners, and I did things properly. Right now, if you're thinking about opening a bar here, I would say make sure you have a very good connection of on how you can get ladies here.
Right.
Because being here during COVID, it was allowed me to network so much better than what you can network right now. Because right now you're flooded with all these tourists, and all these people here. So you're just a small fish in the sea. But during COVID, it was only people that lived here. So I was able to network, a lot easier, with this not so many people here. So I would say I have a pretty decent connection with a lot of people, but still, the ladies right now are not easy to come by.
I know. So, it's a struggle. I know that. Many bar owners have told me the same thing. I mean, to a degree, isn't it important to have a good mama-san who has connections with girls who follow them?
I would say yes, but in the same time, at a beer bar, in a small beer bar, unless you're gonna open up many and have multiple of them, the mama-san position really, I mean, it would be, my bar I felt was too small to have that as a position.
Yes, it probably was. You probably need a double bar, don't you?
So I mean, majority of my girls, like I did have initial connections, and most of them just snowballed off of each other. Their friend calls their friend, and then their cousin comes work or anything. So they come off of each other more than that. And
my friend.
Yes, yeah. And then shoot the mama-san, if she leaves, then most of your girls are just walking out with them too. So it can be a blessing and a curse,
I know. I mean, the mama-san, there was, I won't say the name, but there was a particular bar that I know quite well. And the mama-san had about 8 or 10 girls which were liked her and she had a disagreement with the owners, and she left. And the 10 girls went with her. And where the bar she went to, they all went to that bar.
Yeah. They're very loyal to that.
To the mama-san, if you like them.
They'll be very loyal to that. So, I thought about going that route at the beginning. I did have one in there as my cashier who was a previous mama-san at one of the biggest go-go's in Walking Street. And she was there for 8 years and then left after COVID. And I just didn't like the feel of it. So
of having a mama-san.
She was like the cashier mama-san, and like I'm a really laid back guy, and I wanted the bar to have that feel of just completely laid back, and she was not, so she was more uptight, and like and I just it didn't give the vibes that I wanted my bar to feel like. So after a month I did let her go.
Yes, I can
So,
understand that.
yeah.
I mean, someone who was a mama son and a go-go would be strict.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's the way, the only way you can be in
Yeah,
it.
and I didn't even know how strict she was really being
Yes,
until
yes.
like other people came to me and were like, "Oh, you know, this is
telling
yeah."
what
And I was
happened.
like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah, but guess we don't need that. You know, we don't
Yes.
need a drill sergeant here.
Yes,
we're here
exactly,
to
yes.
we're here to chill out and have a good time."
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
So what would, I mean, would you say to people, what would you say to people about, I mean, you've said they have to be careful and they need connections.
right,
That's the main things.
Right.
If they do want to open a bar.
right,
I mean, I know from previous bars that I've done videos on, prices wise, it's around about $1 million baht, isn't it, roughly, from what I've gathered from other people, to open a single unit bar.
yeah. If you're opening a single unit, like if you're not buying it existing,
Yes.
Yeah, you can definitely do it for under $1 million.
Yeah.
So I was able to do it for under $1 million. It really depends on what you're putting in there. How are you putting a pool table? How good of a pool table?
Yeah.
What kind of sound system are you putting in? Are you doing air conditioning? Are you not doing air conditioning? Things like that. And you can go a cheap like bottom of the line on everything, and you can open one for less than $500,000.
Because I remember you put a air curtain in, didn't you?
Yeah, the air curtains with 2 air conditioning. So I did that about a month and a half after we'd opened, and that the profits from the month and a half already paid for that. So that was it. That was an out of the pocket money.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So would you say it was a good experience, and
It was great,
and you enjoyed it,
amazing,
and you doubled your money as well?
Yeah. I had an awesome year. I was able to see my daughter every day throughout the day. You know,
Yes.
the nights got a little. You know, sometimes it was a little like going to sleep 3 a.m, waking up early. But yeah, I got to see my daughter every day, be with her every day. Got to party, got to meet people from all over the world, make new friends from all over the world, and still, walk away with a nice chunk of money.
Yes,
So,
yes. I mean, that's great. It's a great experience.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
So if anyone is listening and wants to do this, then you would recommend it, obviously, because you had a good year, you had a great time, you enjoyed it, and you doubled your money at the same time. So
if you can get in,
there's no negative.
Right. If you can get in at the right price, you know. So I will say that, you know, buy low, sell high. I was able to get in, you know, when I was searching on Soy Shayapun, there was every bar around me there weren't even bars, they were just empty buildings, you know.
Yes, at that time a year ago.
Pick and choose what you want, no key money, no nothing. Just take the
because
building.
Because it was in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, take the building for free and do what you want with it. So now you can't get a building on Soy Shayapun unless you're paying the premium price.
Everything's gone up now.
Yeah,
Everything's gone up.
So if you can get the right price for it, and if you're doing your correct calculations, your calculations on what it can be, then I think you can. So,
so what are your future plans then now?
Yes. So future plans. I'm going to stay in Pattaya at least for another month. My parents are here visiting, so we'll hang out here. I am applying for the K1 visa, which is the fiance visa for my girlfriend in America. So there is a chance we'll stay here. There is a chance we'll go back. They're on a major backload right now. So if you can, right now the average wait time, they're saying, I was just talking with a lawyer the other day, he's saying 18 months to 24 months before I can
for a visa for your girlfriend to
yes.
go to the States.
Right.
Really?
Yes.
That
So
long?
if you get it expedited, you're looking at 9 months.
I tell you what,
to a year.
just take a plane to Mexico and walk over the border.
Exactly. No, but so you know what? If we want to have that in the back pocket, you know, I don't want to wait, you know, a whole nother year or something and be like, oh shit, now it's time, we should go back to America and now file for the visa. So we'll file for the visa, we'll start that process. In the meantime, I'm going to be here throughout all of Thailand. I'm going to be concentrating on my YouTube channel.
All right.
So totally different style from
you were cycling around, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. So I'm gonna continue that, but I'm change the channel name on everything.
Okay. Well, tell people what the channel name is. No problem.
The new channel name's called Thai Dreamin'.
Thai Dreaming.
Thai
or
Dreamin'.
Dreamin'. Without the G.
Yeah, without the
Okay.
G.
Yeah.
More like daydreaming, but
Yes.
here Thai
Okay.
Dreamin', and I'm gonna have videos of me cycling around while I'm here in Pattaya still, but there's gonna be a lot of everything. So I am gonna do some business videos, some more in-depth ones.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested in seeing, like, I'm gonna do a simplified version, like within the week, on a profit and loss statement.
Oh, for the business
bar.
over the year.
Yeah, for like the month of November
Oh, right,
or something.
okay.
I'll show a breakdown and show you guys actually how you really can be profitable in a bar. Go over different business things, do some personal things. We're going to be doing some travel throughout the country. So
Great.
mix it all up. There's not going to be like a set style of video. You're going to get something new.
Yeah.
Every day. I'm gonna try for consistency and be uploading as much as I can with all different things.
What was your biggest problem during the year with regard to the bar, the backyard bar? What was your biggest problem? Was it girls or what was it?
Yeah, I would say it was the consistency of ladies.
Really?
Consistency of ladies. They came and went, real fast. You could have a few slow days and then they're gone. Is in that style of bar, in a beer bar with girls primarily, like I said, you're relying on something that sometimes is not reliable.
Yes. Yes.
So that would be the number one issue. As far as legalities of things and working within the system here, I mean, yes, it can be a little confusing at times, but that's why the lawyer just takes all those worries away from you. You can go the route of like doing it on your own, or having your Thai girlfriend or Thai person take care of it for you, but just paying the extra few thousand baht, is
It's well worth it.
well worth it.
To have a good lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, as far as legalities
Yeah.
and things like that, there were no issues the entire year. Like,
I mean, I think the same way about the visa thing. I have an agent, or use an agent. Yeah, I would never do it myself. It's just not worth the hassle.
yeah, it's
Same with the bar,
Right.
with all the paperwork and everything. It's
Yeah.
not worth the hassle, is it? Get a good agent.
yeah. Get
Or a good lawyer.
Get a good lawyer. Get a good cashier, housekeeper. My cashier and housekeeper, they stayed with me from day one till I closed, and they were so valuable to me. I mean, they made my life so easy. I mean,
Right.
besides doing some marketing here and there for the bar, they took care of everything for me. So it was a blessing having
Yes, I remember.
having people like that working for you. And like I said, we became a family
Yes.
over the year, so it's definitely more of a family feel than just you're an employee for me.
Yes, I got that feeling from the bar anyway. Yes,
Yeah.
I know. I understand what you mean. So you may go back to the States. You're not thinking of opening another bar here in the future? I mean,
No, so at first I was like, maybe I'll dabble back into the industry, maybe not. I'm now 1 week out, and I can pretty much 100% say I'm not getting back in.
All
I
right.
mean, if I was, I would not get in alone. I would partner with somebody that would that could match where we, yin yang. We could make the perfect connection, because there were a few things, like number one, I don't like to stay up till 6 a.m. partying 7 days a week, and there are some people that can do that. They'll stay up till the sun rises, sleep till 5 o'clock, and then do it all again the next day.
Yeah.
I cannot do that. And then, there's some people that do have way more connections with ladies. So, like someone, for example, I'll even drop her name, Juan Bar, from right across the street from me. She's someone that if I was to get back in, it would be someone like that I could partner up with, where she has a lot of connections, being Thai and living around here, and she has the ladies and the ability to just go all day, all night, you know,
Right.
where I can't. And then I have the more business end of things, you know. So
Yes.
so pairing up with someone like that, if I was ever going to get back in, I would do that. But for now, I'm going to stay clear. You know, there's a good chance I'm going to run off to Koh Chang and
Okay.
chill on the island.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out there.
With your family?
Well, yeah, with my girlfriend and baby. So I've never been there.
Okay.
I've never been there, but I had never been to Pattaya when I moved here 2.5 years ago. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I was going to live in Pattaya, open a bar, and do all this.
Right, yeah.
So we'll go out. Most likely, we're going to go out to Koh Chang at the end of February. See if we can find a place to rent. And
I believe Koh Chang's a bit quiet at the moment.
yeah, but I'm totally okay with that.
Yes, but that means that maybe you'll find something nice at a good price.
Right, no, exactly. That's I keep my family come back to America, back to America, you know, raise your daughter here. Because the one thing too about the one issue with my daughter is my girlfriend, she's from Laos. And even though the baby was born here in Thailand, she cannot be a Thai citizen.
Okay.
So it takes a lot of privileges away.
Right, yes, of course.
So my family all come back to America. I said, well, let's go to Koh Chang. You know, maybe there'll be a resort waiting for me to jump into, and you never know what the year could bring. So, like I said, we'll file for the visa.
Yeah.
But if something else pops up in the meantime, then we'll go with it and see where it takes us.
I mean, one other thing I should mention is one bar owner did tell me that if you're going to run a bar, you need to be a drinker. You need to be able to drink with people and not have a problem drinking.
Yeah.
You know.
I would say
Is that true?
Yeah, you either need to be drinking a lot or have a manager that can. So like I said, I just did the 6 weeks from the end of October to the beginning of December, 0 alcohol. And I mean, I still had customers buying me drinks, just apple sodas, apple juices, soda water, for 55 baht. So they were probably happy saving their money. But I mean, after midnight, it just sort of, becomes like, all right, what am I doing? I need to go to sleep.
Better go stay in Koh Chang.
I'm ready. You know what? Like I told my parents, I said, if I am going back to America throughout this year, I might as well go live the island life, chill out, get that out of my system, before I head back to America. But like I said, we'll see what Koh Chang has when I go out there. Good. If not, if there's nothing available for rent at a reasonable price or nothing that we fall in love with, we'll probably use this Pattaya as the home base and then just travel about, for the year. So
great. Looking forward to. I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Should be good.
No,
Well, it's been great to hear all the details about your experience for a year. I'm sure a lot of the guys listening are considering doing exactly what you've done. Whether they'll be as successful as you is another question. I mean, whether they'll have a good year and double the money, which is what you did, up to them. They'll have to give it a go. Won't they?
No, it's funny because I just on my YouTube channel I just put in one video with like explaining the new name change, and the first comment was like, "Oh, how much money did you lose with your failing bar?"
Well, this is why I wanted. I mean, we discussed about you doing this video, and that's part of the reason I wanted you to do it as well, because I knew that you hadn't lost money. So I wanted to all those people who had said, "Oh, it's a disaster, he's lost money." I wanted them to know that in fact the opposite is the case.
It's definitely the opposite, and it was funny because then now I don't need to have as much of. I didn't have too much of a filter with my channel previously, but now I really don't need to have one. So I did enjoy commenting back. I said about that. I told him, I said, oh, I lost so much money. I'm now, all my meals consist of sticky rice with some chili flakes for flavors. Can you help a friend out? So we'll see if he sends a donation my way. You know? But so that was that.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, we'll end the video here. It's nearly 30 minutes we've been talking. Wow, great. Very good.
All right.
So,
yes.
Good to see you again.
Daz, thank you so much. You're a huge help, and all the subscribers out there that visited the backyard. It was awesome. If you guys see me around Pattaya, I'd be happy to stop and have a chat with you.
Yeah. Great.
Awesome.
Wonderful. I'm glad we got this video done, because then it finishes everything off, straightens it all out. Yeah. And I'll put some links to the early videos in case people haven't seen them, we did the construction videos, all that stuff. And people can have a look and follow your story.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you, David.
Yeah.
And okay, guys, we'll go now. Finish it now.
All right.
Okay. Bye. Bye. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I wanted to straighten things out because a lot of you had asked about how David was going on with his bar, and other ones had said, oh, I believe he's selling it. So you now know the full story. Okay, and please subscribe and like and share and ring the bell, and go down please and have a look at Patreon. Click there, help support the channel. Thanks very much guys, see you on the next one.